Now we start chapter 3, Common Programming Concepts. It has many concepts. There is a long way to travel. Let us see one by one. In this video, we will see about keywords, reserved keywords and raw identifier. All programming languages has its own set of keywords, reserved keywords. Here I show Rust's keywords. Some of they are as, async, await, break, const, continue, mod, let, fn and etc. Some of the reserved keywords in Rust are abstract, box, override, virtual and etc. Okay, these are all keywords and reserved keywords. In many languages, a user or programmer cannot name a variable or function using keywords or reserved keywords. But in Rust, it has a way to achieve it, that is raw identifiers. Raw identifiers allows you to use keywords where they would not usually be allowed. You can use a raw identifier by prefixing a keyword with r#. Here is an example function. Match is a reserved keyword. We cannot use it for any variable or function name. But using r# prefixing, we can use it in Rust. Let us see it in action. Let us create binary Rust project for chapter 3. In this project, I used Rust 1.65. This is what our project looks like. In this project, we will write our logics in separate libraries and call it from main. For that, I create lib.rs, that is Rust library. We will separate all simple demos as modules. For that, I create a module part 1 by creating folder part 1 and within that create mod.rs. This is one type of module creation in Rust. And within part 1 module, let us create raw identifier as a submodule with file type. For that, create file raw identifier.rs. This is another type of module creation. So as of now, module can be created by create a folder and within that create mod.rs. And the second is create a Rust file with any name. Now import raw identifier module in part 1 module by the line mod raw identifier and re-export functions from raw identifier by the line pub use raw identifier : asterisk. This line will be propagate all functions from raw identifier module to part1 module. All the lines in Rust are ended with semicolon. And import module part1 in lib.rs by the line mod part1 and re-export all functions from part1 module to lib.rs by the line pub use part1 asterisk. This line will propagate all functions from part1 to lib.rs. In Rust, we can call lib.rs by project name from main.rs. For that, I add the line use ch3, that is project name, star. Here we are trying to bring all functions from bottom module raw identified to top, that is main function. So, use ch3 in main.rs refers lib.rs. And in lib.rs uses and re-exports part1 module and its functions, and part1 modules mod.rs uses and re-exports raw identifier module and its functions. Okay, now let us create a function raw identifier in file raw identifier.rs. You can give any name for function name. I gave raw identifier and add just a sample print line. And I try to call raw identifier function from main.rs, but it is not listed because raw identifier function is private. Let us make it public by adding pub keyword as a prefix and call it from main. Let us check if we get raw identifier function in part1 module. Yes, now we got. Let us check if we get raw identifier function in lib.rs. Yes, here also we got. We also get reference in main also. If we remove pub keyword, we cannot get reference of raw identifier function in main. Here I am not enable linter. Let me enable it and enable Rust format also. See, now it shows error as cannot find function raw identifier like that. After adding pub keyword for raw identifier function, the error gone. Okay, now let us see the action. Actually, what is raw identifier? As we saw in intro, in any language we cannot name a variable or function using keywords or reserved keywords. In Rust, match is a keyword, and let us create a function with name match by adding or hash as prefix. Let us call match function with argument from function raw identifier. Let us name a variable as let, that is Rust keyword let, and print the value of variable let, and also print the result of function match. Now run the program. As we learned, it works. We can also use mute on raw identifiers and also assign function result to raw identifiers. We can call raw identifier function from main.rs. We get it through lib.rs, and the lib.rs get it through part1's mod.rs, and the mod.rs get it through raw identifier module, and the raw identifier module has the function with public visibility. In this project, we used many concepts, but we focused only one concept, raw identifier. I hope you all code with me so that definitely you will be familiar in Rust.